Whenever who wants to lead us in a word of prayer? Okay, yes, Melissa.
Let us humble ourselves and we pray. Father, King of glory, we thank you for bringing us today for this lesson. Whatever is going to be taught, may we understand whatever our teacher is going to teach us, oh God, Father. May where we have not understood, may we ask questions for where we have not understood, oh God, Father, and guide us and our teacher throughout this lesson. I have prayed believing it in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Melissa, for the word of prayer. And let me hope now we are going to start. We are going to disable some features such that we don't have background noise. And then we shall continue from that point. However, before I start, I want to just share my screen. Okay, let me first disable such that we are safe. So I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to look at my screen and you type in the chat. We have in senior 2, you have 4 topics that you are supposed to cover in term 1. So I want you to type in the chat among the 4 topics, which topic you have not covered in your school. When you look at the 4 topics, this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So what you are going to do, just type number 4, number 3, number 2, like that. And then we see which topic hasn't been covered by many. In case there is any topic you have not covered in senior 2. Okay. Keep your questions coming. I'm just checking through. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. So I've seen many of you have not covered topic number 4, others topic number 2, but they, okay, 1, 3, okay. Yeah, but it seems many of you, because we are about 38 on the call, so it shows that many of you at least have covered all. Now, what we shall do, for those who have not covered any of these topics, we are going to share with you some material that you can use to go through, but also shall accompany it with some videos. However, today our major topic of concentration is going to be now term 2 work, because our target is that always we are ahead of others, such that you can have enough time to understand the concepts when you go back to school. So today our topic we are going to look at is going to be another topic, none of those ones, but those ones that you did not cover, we are going to accompany it with work such that you can be able to revise. Now I have hope my slides are on. Are you able to see my slide?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you can raise up the hand and you tell us what you have to say about that picture you are seeing on the screen. You can just raise up the hand and I'll ask the co-host to unmute anyone who raises up the hand. Any idea on what use? Any idea or what can you say about that photo? There is a photo on your screen. When you look at that photo, feel free, anything. It may not necessarily be mathematical, but what do you have to say? Okay, yes, Melissa.
I see a man on this side who is heavier than people on the other side.
Okay, thank you. Melissa, that is correct. The man is heavier than the other people. Anne? Anne?
I'm saying it's not balanced.
Okay, you're saying it's not balanced. Okay, thank you, Anne. Isaac?
I see that there is comparison between the man and the children's weight.
Okay, there is comparison between the man and the children's weight. Okay, thank you. Naiga, do you have anything to add on? Okay, yes, that is true. So they are here comparing two things. They are comparing two things. Okay, let me first disable this as well. Okay, okay, okay. So that is the topic we are going to dive into. Okay, then what about that picture? What about the picture? What do you think will happen when something happens? What do you think can happen? Okay, there is a hand up. Karen?
I think those people will fall if the other man steps off that thing balancing them.
Okay, thank you. That is true. Okay, another. Okay, I had seen Melissa and Isaac.
I had the same idea.
Same idea. Okay, good. So surely that's what will happen. That the moment this gentleman this side steps off, then it means that these people will be falling off from the surface. Okay, we can continue. Then what do we have to say? Sorry, what do we have to say about this picture? Okay. Okay, yes, Karen.
I see that 99 is higher than 1 because it's bigger and they are not balancing.
They're not balancing. Good. Yes, Melissa. Melissa, you had another hand up.
I see also the two percentages are not balancing.
Okay, the two percentages are not balancing. Good. Okay. Now, all what we have been looking at, I have displayed a picture, and let me know if you are seeing that picture. In real life, we shall always meet very many imbalances. And when you look at the picture, I have showed you one of the imbalances we can meet in real life. So I want people to raise up their hands and they tell us which other imbalances do you meet in life, in real life, maybe at school, at home, or the ones that you have seen. You can see this gentleman, one of the shoes is good, another shoe is bad. So which other imbalances do we usually meet in real life? It can be at home, it can be at school, it can be even a situation that happens to you. So can we share some of those imbalances that we usually meet? Any? Okay, I think I can give you more ideas. Okay. Now, some of other imbalances we can meet in life, I think you have seen. I've seen people who work very, very hard. They wake up at 5 a.m. or at 4 a.m. and they work tirelessly almost the whole day. But when you look at their earning, you find someone earning 5,000 in a day. Having worked for the whole day, you find another person carrying a heavy load for a bigger distance. And after all that energy he has invested in, the person is given 1,000. So that one is also imbalanced. You may find a student who reads very, very hard at school is always in books. But you find this student, when the papers come back, is the same person who is getting very low grades, and everyone will laugh at him. So those are some of life imbalances. And now those life imbalances, there are very many other imbalances. Yes, there are very many other imbalances in life. So those are some of the few I can give you. But I don't know whether you have pictured what I'm talking about, and maybe you give us, someone can give us some more examples. Hannah Isabel has told us, you may find someone perform better in math, but badly in biology. Yes, that is true. Yes, Melissa.
Someone studying hard and expects to get a job, but delays to get the job opportunity.
That is very true. And that's what is really happening in life. Yes, it's really happening. You find graduates who have finished their universities, but they have no jobs. And you find someone who has not studied, and you find this person the job. Even in pocket money, Isaac is telling us you may find someone whereby your parent gives one person more pocket money than the other. Maybe they give the girl more pocket money than the boy. And that is what we call imbalances. Now, in the chat, can we type which word do you think, which mathematical word do you think we can give to such imbalances? When I say imbalances, that is English. What about mathematically? You can type in the chat your answer, what you think. Okay, okay, okay. I think people have already figured out. That is good. That is good. And those are the answers I see in the chat. Truth, that is what we are going to be looking at. And those are what we call those imbalances. Okay. Okay, those are the imbalances that we are going to look at. Okay, now we are good to start. So those are what we call inequalities. So now let me invite you to write your topic. Write your topic, inequalities and regions. That should be your topic. That should be your topic. Yes, also Karen has told us when you sit on a chair, it goes down and at times it goes up. Okay, let me hope everyone has finished. And today in our lesson, there are basically three things we are going to look at. Someone can read for us. What if we expect to? Yes. Okay, yes, Baggy.
By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify and use inequality symbols, illustrate inequalities on the number lines, solve linear inequalities in one unknown.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So those are the key things we are going to look at. So those are the learning objectives. So by the time we finish this lesson, you must ensure that at least you know, you have an idea on each of those things. So I'm going to invite you now to write the keywords for this topic. Any person, in case you have identified a keyword, you can raise up and you tell us and you write. Any keyword you think we shall need in this topic. Yes, Isaac?
Linear.
Linear, good. That is one. Let us write those keywords they're mentioning. One of them they have told us is linear. Okay, those are the keywords. Karen, and then Melissa.
Symbols.
Symbols, okay, good. That is 2. Yes, Melissa.
Number lines.
Number line. Okay, good. Yes, Karen.
No, I forgot my hand up.
Oh, okay. Naik, have you identified any? Okay, those are some of the keywords. When I look in the chat, Faith has told us regions. Isabel has told us symbols. Yes, so those are some of the keywords that we are going to be looking at in this topic. Okay, now after your keywords, we are going to continue and we start. Now, like we have said that in real life, okay, someone can read for us. Someone can read for us what you are seeing on the screen. Okay, okay. Annabelle.
Introduction. We live in an unbalanced world. Some people are richer than others, some are more educated than others, and some have access to better health care than others, and many other imbalances. These imbalances are known as inequalities.
Okay. Yes, these imbalances. Who can give us, what do you think causes these imbalances in life? In real life, what are some of the causes? We start with Galax, then Senoga.
So
Yes.
sometimes just the way life is, we don't have control over some things, and those things cause the imbalances. It's just the nature of life. It's just like that.
Okay, the nature of life. Okay, thank you. Yes, Galax. I'm failing. Yes, Joshua. Yes, Galax, you can go on. Oh, yes, Joshua.
Some inequalities are caused due to ignorance of some people.
Okay, due to ignorance. Okay, true. Then Elio and then Isaac.
Some inequalities are caused due to different salaries and education levels.
Okay, the education levels, good. Isaac.
Some imbalances are caused due to people who are laziness in
Okay, due to laziness, that is true. Yes. Okay, so those are some, because now like when you look at academic imbalance, says at times it is caused by laziness. You find your friends are reading, for you are not reading, you are playing about, and you expect to get the same results. So, and some are saying, Petrina is telling us at times it's financial status, that is true. You find that your parent may not be in position to take you to the school, to a better school, and then it takes you to the school you can afford. At times it is because of disorganization, okay, socioeconomic factors, level of critical thinking. Yes, that is also very true. Yes. So that is what we are going to be looking at. Now I'm going to invite you to first write, and then you are going to attempt for me from number 1 to number 6. And then after, we are going to mark ourselves. Jonah is saying my screen has been over maximized. True. As if I'm at normal. Jonah.
Not true.
Not true. It is very big. Eh?
No, it's
Eh,
normal.
It's normal. Okay. Do. And then after we are going to share. Yeah. So when you finish, you tell us in the chat that you have finished. Yes. The middle is the dash. Yes. Okay. It seems people, okay. Seems people have finished. Good. So what we are going to do, you raise up the hand and you tell us for number one, this is what I've put. Number two, yes. So one person to tell us for number one. You just raise up the hand and you tell us for number one, I have this. Okay, I start with Melissa.
Number one, I have 90 is less than 91.
90 is less than 91. Okay, good. So for her at this point, she has this sign. Then, who has not said anything? Yes, Naiga, unmute. Naiga, go on.
On number two,
Mhm.
123 is less than 456.
Okay, good. Thank you, Naiga. That is correct. Debbie,
On number 4, greater than 3.8.
I beg your pardon. Number four. Number three, I think.
Greater than 3.8. Is less than 3.8.
Okay, Debbie has gone to number, okay, it's less. Thank you, Debbie. Karen, Karen, okay. Ben and 12.
Negative 1000 is less than negative 234.
Okay. Thank you. Then the last one, number 6, to the world. To the world.
Negative 909 is greater than 457.
Okay, thank you. Then the last one who's coming. Okay, I'm saying Ben. Oh, Jamie. Okay, Jamie. Jamie. Okay, last one. Ben, tell us, Jamie, I think it's raining where you are.
Negative 8 is less than 0.
Negative 80 is less than 0. Okay, thank you. Yes, now here we're just testing whether we remember these signs. Why? But one thing we need to take note of, that always a negative, in order for you to remember them very well, always remember your number line. That when I have a number line, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest. Then this one is -1, -2, -3, -4, maybe -5. Now, according to me, anything that is on the right of another number will always be greater. So take an example. When you look at these ones on the number line, any number that comes to the right is always greater. When you look at 0 and -1, 0 being on the right of -1, here 0 is greater. So I can say 0 is greater than -1. Now, what does it mean when it comes to a negative? A negative means a debt. A debt is like someone gives you money, lends you money, and you have it. So whenever you have a debt, it's like you are having a negative. So someone who doesn't have a debt and someone who does not have a debt and another person who has a debt, a person who doesn't have a debt is better than someone who doesn't have any debt. So always 0 is greater than -1. It usually confuses some children. So when you see 0 and -1, here always just know 0 being to the right of -1 will always be greater. I would rather have no debt than me having a debt, because I know I'm very safe. I'm not stressed, at least. Okay. Now we are going to try to write in words. Now, writing in words, what do we need to remember? I want you to type in the chat. Since I may not be able to know what you are going to write, I want you to type in the chat, and then we test and see whether people can at least identify those different mathematical words being used. So you can type in the chat your answer. So take your time slowly, and then we type. I think people have finished. I've seen Semakula 2 is less than 9. 2 less than 9. At least many people have given for number 1. 15 greater than 8. Yes. Leona, that is good. Cheyune, Galax, Ben. I'm seeing correct answers there. Aheleza. Okay. Okay. Yes, Isaac, Clarice, and Justin, and Ben. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing correct answers coming in. Okay, and I'm going to write all the answers I've seen in the chat. So I saw people were saying 2 is less than 9, and they're writing it like it is. That is okay. 15 is greater than 8. I'm seeing people writing like this. 100 is more than 88. People writing like this. 5 liters is little compared to 8 liters. Very good. Yes. So each of these words you are seeing, more than, greater than, less than, little, all those are inequality words that we use when we are describing something in word. Any question, members, before we leave? Anyone who has not understood this part? Anyone who has a question, kindly feel free to ask. Can I assume we're on the same page, everyone? Are we on the same page? Unmute and you tell us, members.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay. Okay. We are good now to continue. So we are going to,
Yes.
I want you now to make some notes. Make some notes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us make some notes and then we'll continue. Okay. Does it mean everyone has finished? Have we finished, members? You can just put in the chat yes or no. Yes means you have finished. I think some members are still writing. So let us give them some more few minutes and then we'll continue. So those who are just joining in, you are not so late. But what we are talking about are what we call an inequality. And an inequality is a composition between two items. They can be more than two, but here you look at the composition of what is existing. And we say that at home you can find yourself comparing a boy, maybe you find yourself comparing yourself to either your sister or brother. I think we have seen many parents at times comparing you to your elder sisters or elder brother. And maybe they keep saying, your brother used to perform well. Your brother used to do this and the other, but for you are not doing so. So all those ones are kind of inequalities that we look at in real life. Okay. Members, are we good to continue now? You can unmute. Are we good to continue?
Yes.
Yes, master.
Okay. Okay. Those who have not finished, we shall continue. Now, but what I need to first emphasize two words. One of the words I want to emphasize is the word we call at most. That word is very key when it comes to math. Is one of the key words you're going to be meeting at many occasions. The word at most. At most means something that is less than or equal. It means that is the maximum you can attain. Take an example. The maximum you can attain in a mathematics paper is 100. I'm using it as an example. So that means you cannot go beyond 100. So when I say at most 100, it means that your maximum is 100. You cannot go beyond 100. When I say the pocket money that I'm going to give you will be at most 100,000, it means that as you're returning to school, don't expect anything beyond 100,000. That is the meaning of the word at most. That is the maximum. In fact, even you feel free to add the word maximum, that you cannot go beyond that point. Then we have the word at least. When I say at least, that the least mark you should get should be 60. This one means that for whatever thing you are going to do, like it or not, you shouldn't get below 60. So 60 is the minimum. So at least means the minimum mark you can score. For an activity of integration, the minimum mark you can obtain is maybe 3. That the minimum mark you should expect should be this. So when we talk about at least, it means that is the minimum. You cannot go below that. That when I come to secondary, the minimum age of the children in senior 2 is 12 years. It is very hard for you to find someone in senior 2 who is below 12 years. That is the minimum age. If you are below 12 years, either it means you skipped a class or there is something wrong that happened along the way. But at least you must be 12 years and above. So that is the meaning of the word at least. Let me hope we have got the two words clearly. Kindly unmute and you let me know. Have we understood those two words?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, eh?
You have understood.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We can now continue. You can first write and then I'm going to talk about it.
It's an
Okay, so we can first write, let me be cleaning the board. And those two words are going to be very common in word problems. They will say at most this, at least this. Or you know, at most means the maximum. I cannot go. So we have maximum means at most. Minimum means at least. So I know some of you, even you may cry if your parent gives you, let me say, a maximum of 10,000 as your pocket money. Yes, but I'm very sure a parent can't give you something below 1,000 as pocket money to go to school. Much as it is possible, you may annoy the parent towards the end of the holiday and they give you 1K as your pocket money. But I know it is at times not so possible because of the many things you need. But in case they give you 1K, don't cry. Just go and study. I think George, I think there's someone who is in the chat who may remove. Okay.
Teacher, we have
Yes.
not understood.
Okay, no. Oh, which part? This part?
Yes, we've closed an open circle.
Oh, okay. This one I'm going to explain.
Yes.
I'm going to explain. Okay. Now, what does it mean? When it comes to representing inequalities on a number line, we know very well that a number line is a line that contains integer values. An integer means, so on your number line, always you have what we call an integer values. An integer value means a value that is not a fraction, but any positive or negative whole number. So on your number line, you can never have points or fractions. So I can have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and always show the continuity that there are very many other numbers that can come. Then I have -1, -2, -3, -4. Now, what does it mean? We have said that we have two inequality signs. Take an example. When I say that the marks scored by children, all children who were attending health lessons scored above 80. I can say X is greater than 80. What does it mean? It means that all those children who were studying, they got marks that were above 80, meaning people were having 81, 82, 83, 90, 100, and the rest of that. When I say that the number of children that the parent has in a school is less than 2, it means that this parent either has one child in a school or has none. When I say that so that is the meaning. What does it mean? It means that when I say less than 2, it means numbers that are less than 2 are 1, 0, or negatives. When I say greater than 80, numbers that are above are 81, 82. Now, how can we represent such on a number line? In order for us to represent it on a number line, we have said that X is less than 2. When you look here and I am asking for the people that are less than 2, it means we have said that the parent can have one child or 0 child in the school. So in order for me to show that 2 is not part of the children the parent has, I will come where 2 is. This is where my 2 is. I draw a circle. Now, an open circle means that the number that is down is not part of the solution. The number down is not part of the solution. So I will draw and I show the region that is less than. So I will say that is the region that is less than 2. Members, are we picking? I don't want to leave anyone behind. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yes. Huh.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So that is what we call an open circle.
No, teacher, no.
I repeat, when I ask for, let me say, when I say x is greater or equal to 4, it means here greater or equal. It means that it can either be a 4 or any number above a 4. So it can be either 5, 6, 7. Now, in case I want to represent anything with less or equal, or greater or equal, once I come on a number line, this is where my 4 is. I'm going to draw a circle where just above 4. Even at times they may put them on the number line. Then I ask which side is greater than 4. That is the side that has 4, 5, 6, 7. So I draw my number line facing this side. But since 4 is part of the solution, I use a closed circle, so I shade it like this. So that is when I show that now 4 is part of the things I want. Are we picking, members?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I will get it.
Okay. Yes. Hope now everyone has understood the difference. Have you got the difference?
Yes. Teacher.
Yes.
Okay. So, now it is your,
Yes.
okay. Okay. Now it is your turn to do. So I'm going to do for you, I'm going to do 2 and you do the rest yourselves. Okay, you do 2. I'm going to do 3 just for demonstration purposes. Then I'll leave you to do the rest. I'm going to come on the first one. Even you can even ask yourself, which numbers are above -4 for this case? Members, which numbers are above -4? Which numbers do you know that are greater than -4?
Different.
-3.
We have
Negative. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2.
Very good. So those are the numbers. So in order for me to represent x is greater than -4, I'll come where -4 is. The side that has values that are bigger than -4 is this side. And we say that for greater than, always is on the right of that number. Then I'll put here, x is greater than -4. And I have finished. So I stop there. So the circle is open because -4 is not part of the solution. Then when I go to number 2, where I have greater or equal, now for that one, when I'm drawing my number line, I would have 0, 1, 2, 3, then I have -1, -2, -3, and -4, -5. Now, since they have told us is greater or equal, I'll come where -4 is, I draw a circle, but I shade it. I shade it across the circle because they have put equal. So wherever you find equal, you must shade that circle. So I draw it like that. I say this is x greater or equal to negative. Members, have you understood?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Can you do for me number 3 and 4? Draw your number lines and draw those things.
Master.
Yes?
But we haven't understood number
Number?
2.
Or number 2, we are saying that the moment you find unequal, like greater or equal, less or equal, like with a dash down the inequality, for that circle you use should be shaded. Have you got?
Yes.
So whenever you find that one with unequal down, always use the shaded circle. So people, you are doing number 3 and 4. Then I will come back at number 5 we discuss. But in case you do number 5, feel free to put it in the chat. You can take a photo and you share us. Friends, have you finished the two numbers?
Not yet.
Okay, okay. Okay, so Noga, that is good. People have already figured out number 5. That is good. In fact, let me give a hint on number 5. And then we do all, and then we mark ourselves. And we see who is going to get everything right. Now, I'm just giving a small hint. Now, when you look at, let me say number 5. This inequality that comes before the number is for -4. This one means values between -4 less than x less than 2. What do you do? This inequality is on -4. I'll come where -4 is. Now, being that this one doesn't have unequal, I'll use an open circle. Then I go to other side, which is 2. 2 is here. I just draw a line like that. Because this side doesn't have unequal, then I don't shade it. But in case it had unequal, I would have shaded it. So that's how I do it, members. So I want you now to try everything, and then after we mark ourselves, I'm going to display, and we keep on marking that I've passed this one, I've passed this one, I've passed this one. So let us do all up to number 8.
Pardon, number 5.
Okay, I was saying that when I have -4 less than x less than 2, what does it mean? It means that this less than sign goes with this -4. This less than here goes with the 2. So now here, I'll have numbers. They're asking, which numbers are between -4 less than x less than 2? Which numbers are in between here? In case I'm using max, 8 at 100, I can write 80 less than x less than 100. Which marks are between 8 and 100? Someone can have a 99, a 90, 88, like that. So in order for me to show the region represented by -4 and 2, I go where the -4 is, the lower number, which is here, I draw it. But since it's not part of the solution, I leave it open. I go where 2 is, I draw it. I draw the circle. But since 2 is not part of the solution, I leave it. Then I just draw a line joining the 2. I don't know whether you have picked the idea. Baggy, you can unmute.
So I get it.
Okay.
Can you explain?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Excuse me.
Yes, Baggy.
Teacher, I'm seeing that the numbers that are in between -4 and +2, the sign is saying -4 less than, but -3, -2, -1 are more than -4. So I don't get it.
Oh, okay. Keep on. I'm going to give you another. Let me use blue. Now, what does it say? -4 less than x, eh? Now, let me ask you, in case I have -4 and I have a dash, I put here 3. Which inequality are you going to put in between? Yes, Baggy? Oh, I wanted Baggy. Baggy, unmute. You can unmute. Oh. Baggy, your hand is up, unmute. The person was asking.
Less.
Was it Baggy or someone else? Baggy. Which inequality would you put here?
Yes.
Yes?
-4 is less than 3.
Now, it is the same thing. That is the meaning of this thing here. It means that the value of x in simple terms is always greater than this one before. Have you got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So in fact, in simple terms, when you find an inequality like this, always you can interchange. You put this x this side, put this one here. But once you interchange, the sign changes. So you write it as x is greater than -4.
Yes.
Have you understood?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
So let me first mute you. So our task now, our task is to complete the numbers. When you finish, let me look through the chat and see what people are saying. Oh, Anne is still confused. Anne, what is confusing you? I think this person here, Anne.
Yes, teacher.
What is confusing you? Have you? And talk to us because I'm saying you're saying you're a bit confused. Oh, okay. She has understood. Okay, let us continue. Okay. So members, can we continue or people are drawing? I want to show. Okay, but let us add them time and then we show you the answer. So in case your microphone is, in case your background is poor, always try to have your mic. Okay, I'm happy Petrina has. Okay, Petrina, this is correct. Thank you. Yes. Petrina, can you also share it here in the chat such that everyone can see it and they mark themselves?
So, of course, I'm thinking we have for us to work out and then make a good.
Okay.
So, you're going to look at the first one.
Okay. Please, if you're okay, let me just. Okay. I think we are going to continue. Members, let me hope now we are on the same page. In case we are not on the same page, kindly you let us know. But now we are going to move on to the next thing. I'm going to just show you the answer, and then I will ask you to check out the answers you have, and then find out whether you have the same answer. In case you find yourself not having the same answers, then you check out the mistake you have made. But those who feel they have not yet completed, you'll complete. Good enough, we have our concept with us. So I'm going to continue. Those were the first numbers we looked at. Now I'm going to go to the next numbers. In case you have something like that, kindly mark yourself, put a tick. Number 3 and 4. In case you have that, put a tick. Check my circles are open. Okay. Hope people are putting ticks on their work. I think this also we are going to remove you. Okay, let me first remove Stacy. I think she has not come to study. Okay, so we can continue. Mark yourselves. Yes, Baggy, before we leave. Baggy, any question? Yes, Baggy?
Teacher.
Yes.
On number 3. Does the arrow necessarily have to stop on -4?
No. It can stop anywhere. Your arrow can stop anywhere, as long as it is pointing towards that side.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Let's mark ourselves for 5 and 6. Kindly check that that's what you have. Check that that's what you have. Okay. Then I'm continuing. Mark yourself for 7 and 8. And now, in case you have everything right, can you raise up your hand? In case you got everything right. Okay. I'm seeing Karen and Petrina. Oh, this is good. Senoga, Estain, Lubs, Isabel, Rama, Tuwald, Melissa. Okay, Georgina, Josiah, Lisa, okay, Darren, just Claire, Faith, Larry, Onceman, Ame. Okay. That is good. Anyone who had everything right? Yes, well done. Okay, that is good. Okay. Now this is going to be your exercise. Just take a screenshot, but I'll still share in the chat. I'll share in the WhatsApp group. It's going to be the exercise you'll try out in your free time. Don't cram that always supposed to be X, Y. No, it can be any letter as long as you understand how to do the inequality. Okay, now we are going to go to another thing. And today what we are going to look at, it's going to be solving linear inequalities. So I'm going to ask you to write your heading, solving linear inequalities, and then we start.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Melissa.
Can you please step back? I am not yet taking a screenshot of the exercise.
Okay, Melissa.
I'm done, thank you.
Okay. So let us write that. Okay. Let me hope we are there. Now, what do I want to let you know? Here, one of the keywords is what we call linear. When we talk about a linear, let me use a person. We have what we call linear plants. Linear means someone who grows straight. It means something straight, something flat. That is what we call linear. In terms of lines, it means a straight line. Yeah, something that is straight. That's what we call linear. Something that is uniform. So it is constant, it's like a line. That's what we call linear. Okay. Can we continue, members? Has everyone finished, right? And then we'll look at the equations.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Darren.
Yes.
Yes.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be an inequality. Now, please, what do I need you to remember? One is that when we are working out inequalities, the inequality you are seeing, consider it the way you look at an equal sign when you are solving. I'm going to just do some rough work this side. When you look at this, you know that when I'm solving, let me say that is my equation. Members, let us do this one as a class. What are we going to do? You can unmute and talk. How shall we get our x here?
Subtract 3, add 3 on both sides.
We add 3 on both sides. So I will say x minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 5 plus 3. So what will be our answer?
8.
8. Good. Now, that is the 8. Good. Now, that is the same thing we do when we are dealing with inequalities. Your task is for you look at that inequality as an equal sign. So for whatever thing you do when you are looking at the equal sign is the same thing. Few things will change, but later on. So I have x minus 3 less than 5. This one being a negative, once it is crossing an equal sign, the sign changes to a positive. The same thing will happen with an inequality. So I'll say x minus 3 plus 3 less than 5 plus 3. Here, come with your inequality. So I'll have x minus 3 plus 3 is 0 less than 8. And that is my answer. Members, put in the chat that you have understood. Just say yes, yes, yes. Those who have understood that concept. Okay, someone has said yes. So whatever thing we do using the yes, is them.
Saying that the chat is disabled, so people can't communicate.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, it is. Okay. 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 I think, but we can continue now. Karen, do you have anything?
No, it was the same thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Now, can we try out this number, members? Try out this number and we see. Okay, the chat was disabled. Okay, but I think now it is enabled. Which we are trying out that number. I'm just, let me look in the chat. Very good. Members are getting 4, 4, 4. Good. Okay. Hope we are not leaving anyone behind. Okay. Now, let me complicate it a bit, and we see. Can we also first try? Naiga, are we on the same page?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Would you love to take us through this number? Yes, Darren. Darren, unmute.
Teacher, I reach a point where I have to divide both sides by a negative. So does the sign change?
Yes. In fact, that is true. Okay, but okay, it is okay. Yes, now here, let me do both, but that is one of them. Yes, the sign will have to change. Yes, Debbie.
Teacher, I've got -3.
-3. Okay, good. It seems, let me check. People are getting, I think it is -3, good. Now, this is what there are two things here. One, some of you, I know, you had 5x plus 6 greater equal to 3x. Some of you brought that 3x this side, or some of you first took the 6, it is okay. Now, this one being a positive 6, when we take, it becomes negative. So I will say 5x plus 6 minus 6 less or equal to 3x minus 6. So this will be 5x greater or equal to 3x minus 6. That is what you did. What did you do next? To collect like terms, to bring the 3x together. So you'll say 5x. But when you look at this side, it is positive, so it becomes minus 3x less or equal to 3x minus 3x minus 6. So 5 minus 3 is 2x greater or equal to -6. So what you do next is remove that 2. I divide by 2, I divide by 2. So my x is greater or equal to -3. But now, there are some of you who have used the second approach, whereby some of you decided to take 5x this side. What did you do? You said 5x minus 5x plus 6 is greater or equal to 3x minus 5x. So you ended up with 6 less or equal to 3x minus 5x is -2x. Now, please take note, write it somewhere, that whenever you are dividing or multiplying by an inequality sign that is negative, when you are dividing or multiplying in inequalities, the sign will have to change. So those people who had something like this, once you reach this step, the sign will have to change. So you'll have 6 divided by -2. At this point where you are dividing, the sign will change. In case it has been greater or equal to, it becomes less or equal to negative 2x out of negative 2. So here you remain with negative 3 less or equal to x. And negative 3 less or equal to x members, it's the same thing as x greater or equal to negative 3. So those who have done it in any of those ways, the only thing I wanted, those people have already discovered, it was at this point of dividing. But that one I had planned to bring it at a later time. Yes, Melissa?
Does it only apply to the method 2 or for both methods?
Oh, no, as long as you are dividing by negative.
Okay.
Are you getting it? As long as you are dividing by negative or you are multiplying by negative, that's when you apply it.
Okay.
Okay. Please go on and represent that on a number line. Go on. Yes. Yes. What I'm saying, Jonah, is that whenever you find yourself that you are dividing and the digit you are dividing or the number you are dividing is negative, then the inequality sign changes. In case it has been greater than, you make it less. In case it has been greater or equal, you make it less or equal. Okay. I think we have. Oh no, Cheyune, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you can leave your answer like this, or you can write it like this. Yeah. But always better we write the unknown first than writing the other one. Okay. We are going to try another one. Try for me this. We are trying. I'm leaving these numbers for people who are still writing. I'm leaving these numbers to people who are still writing, but this is another number. I think I can now remove. Everyone try. So please, we only change the sign when you are dividing by negative. Okay, I think members have the answer. X is less than 3. X is less than 3. Good, good. Yes. Yeah, the answer is correct. Hope everyone, is everyone getting the answer? Anyone who is not getting the answer that needs some hope? If someone is getting negative 3, and where are you getting negative 3? Is everyone getting 3? It must be less than 3. Rama. Oh,
Yes.
someone is getting 9. Oh, how is it? Yes.
I heard you saying that you change the sign.
When you are when the number you are dividing is negative, only. So here you say 3x minus 4 plus 4. less than 5 plus 4. So you end up with 3x less than 9. So you divide by 3, divide by. Now, this 3 is a positive, so you don't change the sign. But if, let me say it was negative 3, and this is something you are dividing with, this is when you change the sign. But if it's not, then there is no need for you to change the sign. So I expect you to just have your answer like that. Yes. Okay. 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 I think we are good to continue. Now this is your exercise. I'm going to ask you to take a screenshot of that exercise you are going to try out in your free time. Yes, next week is when we shall emphasize the division and the multiplication for the negative. But in this exercise, I don't want you to meet such a case. But those who have picked, that's what you do in case you are dividing or multiplying. Now take a screenshot and then we try out an exercise, an online exercise. Hoping now everyone has taken a screenshot.
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Okay, I think we have taken the screenshot.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you to go to my quizzes. Okay. Okay. Now, can we join? Yes, Darren.
How? Yeah. Should we draw a number line?
Oh, for the other number?
Yes, for the exercise.
Oh, if you wish. If you wish. Yes, but I wanted you to just solve for x. Solve for x. So, now I want you to join. Yeah,
Excuse me,
yes,
sir.
I'm going
Could you
to.
send the link?
Yes, the link is there now. Yes, Georgia, if it is positive, the sign doesn't change. Okay, the link is in the chat and even the code. So you just click on that link, you enter. So we are waiting for the rest to join. Join. I don't know why some are failing. Join. Why are some of you failing? Join.